everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name's Cam, and today we're doing part 2 of my eyeshadow palette collection. I don't think I'm going to declutter anything. I might, because there were a few items that made it back into my collection from my last declutter when I was moving, so we're just going to see how this goes. Alrighty, in part 1, there was a total of 40 eyeshadow palettes. However, 2 of them belong in these stacks, and in today's video there's going to be 35 videos. So in my drawer there is a total of 38, and in my drawers up here there's supposed to be a total of 37. So kind of pretty even across the drawer and the like divider. So we're just gonna get right on into it. I again have my Mandalorian the Child palette on my eyes today. Love the look I came up with. But first, I'm just gonna go through palettes and show you what I have. So this is the Celestial Thunder Dominique Cosmetics. This is the mini of the Celestial Storm. I love using this with like these two warm shades and these two up here and like this blue shade just all over the lid. Gorgeous. I love this palette. Got an in BoxyCharm. Next, I have the Rustic Glam Dominique Cosmetics palette, and here's what this one looks like. It is a gorgeous palette. Again, you get warm tones, some blues. This green is gorgeous with this all over the lid. I really like these palettes, and they're so, like, the packaging is so beautiful on them. Like, it just really love them. I have one Sigma palette. This is the Enchanted palette, and here is what this one looks like. It is just gorgeous. I've used this one a few times. I need to pull this in probably in the winter because it's more like subdued, but I could also pull this in now for like some fall looks with like the green in here, like these deeper kind of grungy tones. So I might do that. We never know. Next is the Urban Decay Born to Run. This one's like on a chopping block for me. I need to really use it and see like what I think. It's just I never reach for this, so we will see what I do with this. I keep getting talked out of decluttering this one just because like it is just a stunning packaging, but we will see. Next to, well, this one specifically is one that I really enjoyed. This is the New Nude by Huda Beauty. This is what made me fall in love with her formula, except for this like concealer shade. Like that's garbage. That is garbage. But you do get two glitters in here and these like marbled like shimmers, and they're just like, look at that. They're just gorgeous. I love this palette. I love the formula. I even keep the little eyes thing because I think it's just the cutest freaking thing, and I love this palette. It's not going anywhere. Next I have my Naughty Nude, which here's what it looks like. Again, one finicky shade. It's like this like gloss type of a shade thing got going on, but this is more of like the New Nude is more of like a pinky nude. This one here is more of like a nude, if that makes sense. So I really enjoyed this. Next, I have one of my Juvia's Place palettes. This one here is the Nubian 3 Coral palette. These coral shades down here are absolutely stunning. However, this gray wasn't what I was expecting it to be. And this like silver, like it's all right, but even if I just, bottom one here is from Essence. It's a chrome pot, and like this top one here is from Juvia's Place. Like it's all right. It's just not what I was expecting. I could see myself decluttering this one eventually. I'm just not ready to declutter my eyeshadows yet, so I'm going to be keeping this one for just a little bit longer at least. Then I have my Aspen Overt from Tarte. It smells like chocolate. This is like my everything palette. I have everything to do an eyeshadow look. I can use this shade here and mix with this shade for a bronzer. I got my blush. I got my highlight. I've got setting powder. Like this is just like an all-encompassed eyeshadow palette. Like if I need everything in one stop, and I can do my brows with like this shade here. So it's like an everything all stop, like everything with this. Some foundation, concealer, and then this palette, and I can make everything work. So really enjoyed this. Next, I have this. This was a gift for my birthday. This is the Natasha Denona Glam palette. I love it. I love it. Nothing more to say. Formula's great. I really love it. Next, I have my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Again, birthday gift. Yours will look different than mine because I have rearranged it. Orange, red, like some neutrals, shimmer shades. So it's matte, shimmer, matte, shimmer, matte, shimmer, matte. Got blues, greens, different shimmers and things in there. So I like it, and I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna use it, and I'm gonna like it. Next we have the Fairy Tale Storybook Cosmetics. I did declutter this one. It found its way back in my collection, and now that I still have it, I want to use it. I want to find a few looks that I can do with it, and if I'm not obsessed with the way that it turns out, I will declutter it. It's just, I want to do a few looks with this one first and truly see what I think. I next have the Nikita Dragon. I didn't even know this one had launched. Like, I knew nothing about it. I got it for my birthday as well. This is the Morphe palette, and just like, it's my only Morphe palette that I still have, and it's kind of like a sentimental thing for me because I got it for my birthday. You get a black, you get setting like neutral shades, more warm shades, blue shades, pink shades, got a purple, a green, a blue, like kind of get like a little bit of everything in here, and I like it. And it was a birthday present, and I have a hair stuck on my nose and it's driving me insane, but I like this one. I'm keeping it. My next two are by Juvia's Place. This is the Magic Mini. Kind of haven't used this one in a while, but this shade here in Faso, F-A-S-O, Faso is gorgeous. This like pink shade's gorgeous. These shades down here is gorgeous. This shade here is gorgeous. Like, even that one has more of a punch than that other one. So like that. And then I have my Masquerade Mini, and here's what this one looks like. You get your 2 rows of neutrals and 2 rows of colorful, and I kind of like the concept. And then I have my Profusion Wonderlust palette. Here's what this one looks like. It's got green, blue, pink, purple, some neutrals. I do have some critiques with this one, but I really like it. And for $10, the formula and the shades you get, plus you get a fantastic brush. I really enjoy this palette. So I really like it. One you can pry out of my cold dead hands is the Tati Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals. And here is what this one looks like. The mirror goes all the way back, which is flippin' phenomenal. However, there are a few critiques that I have with this. Like, I love Tati. It's just, granted, I like the different textures with the matte and the sequins. I just wish either one of the two. I think the matte one should be a step deeper. So I feel like this row here should be a step or two lighter, or deepen this shade up here. So, because that's like transparent. So deepen this, lighten this shade. I don't know. Just make these two different enough so you can tell a difference on the eye, if that makes sense. It's just the same, and granted, they're shimmer, it's just something different. And then make the shimmer shades just a bit more punchy. However, you got the glitter, so I can live without that one. It's just this bottom row here I wish was a bit deeper, or like make this one a bit lighter than this shade, you know, and maybe make Soothe, I think. No, this is Aurora deeper, and then, like, you know, just make this one lighter but that one deeper, you know, just to give like something different. However, this packaging gets so dirty and you can't keep it clean, but I love my palette. So now I have the Revolution Alexis Stone Instinct palette, and I've said this many times before, I've hit pan on this black here. I did a 4 skull looks for Halloween last year. Now for Halloween we're being Shaggy and Scooby. Or not Shaggy and Scooby, Fred and Daphne. So that's going to be fun. So here's, you got reds, pinks, purples, grays, blues, greens, yellows. Again, I really wish like there was a bit more gradient in between these 3 mattes. Like, they're different, but they're still a lot similar, and make this top row shimmers. For me, that would have been like top row shimmers, light, medium, deep is how I would have done it. But I really do enjoy this palette. I'm keeping it. I'm loving it. One that I'm on the fence about decluttering, because I just want to, is the Jeffree Star Cremated palette. Here's what it looks like. There is no silver in here. How can you have a gray palette with no silver? Granted, a lot of these shades do look similar. I feel like you could have got rid of just one to get like a true metallic silver in here. And that was not in here. And that was like a big, big fault of mine. Like, how do you have a silver palette with a gray tone palette without a silver? Like, I don't understand. But next I have the ColourPop So Jaded by Kathleen Lights. Mine will look different than yours because I have rearranged it, but here is what that one looks like. I rearranged it so you got like these blues, warm tones, greens, like mauvey purples, and then pinks. So like mauvey pinks and then mauvey purples. So I really enjoy this. I like to bring it out. Like I like to take it traveling with me because I will have literally everything I could possibly need. So I enjoy this palette. This palette is definitely being decluttered. I just want to pick out shades that I like. Is a Z pan. It's just I don't want to do that right now. So I'm going to be getting rid of shades out of that. Another eyeshadow palette that made it back into my collection because nobody would take it from me is the Morphe and Jeffree Star. And here is what that one looks like there. This green really, really sucks. But I want to use it, see if I can get some cohesive. Oh man, I just stuck my finger in the black and I didn't mean to. Like, I'm just having a good time swatching all of these silvers. It's decent. So you got pinks and greens and neutrals and black. So there's that. I have this eyeshadow palette here, which I wanted to do like if I made the Powerpuff Girl palette. So there's probably going to be a video on this pretty soon. There's a neutral row, a red row, a green row, and a blue row. And then I have two alternative shades in here, which I probably should put back because I don't really want to talk about those. But there's that seed palette. This seed palette, oh, and these shades here are all ColourPop shadows that I've taken out of smaller pans and put into a large pan. You'll see what I'm talking about in a second. These are all of my neutral ColourPop singles that I pulled out of other eyeshadow palettes. I am missing two because they are in my this palette here. So, yep. There's just neutral, a full neutral palette, warm tone, cool tone, neutral, everything. And then I did buy a whole bunch of singles from ColourPop. And here is what this one looks like. I probably should declutter this. Like, I've used it like twice, but I'm not ready yet. So next time I do an eyeshadow declutter, I need to test things so I know what I want to get rid of. So next time I do an actual eyeshadow palette declutter, I'm betting this one will leave. Next we have this Adept Cosmetics. This is the blue one. So this is my ColourPop shadows. You will see some holes in here, like here and over there and there, and yep. So I really like this palette because I was able to condense a lot of my ColourPop palettes into just one, and it has like this plastic, like it's hard plastic to go in between. I like it because I've got like my purples and my pinks, and then I've got my blues and my greens and my yellows and some grays over here. Like, I just really like the Adept Cosmetics. I think they're $35 on Amazon, so not bad. And even when they're empty, they're a nice weight, so that kind of makes me feel good. And then the next one I have is the Adept Cosmetics in black, and I do have two missing shades. This shade here is in another Z palette, and this shade here is in another Z palette. But I have some Makeup Forever. These are Jeffree Star, ColourPop, or ColourPop, Sephora, JCat, Buxom, and the rest of these are Jeffree Star. So I just really like these because I can get use out of my shadows without promoting brands, if that makes sense. Or not necessarily promoting brands. I can use my eyeshadows without taking so much room in my collection. That's what I was going for. Okay, now I have the last stack of palettes that we will be talking about here. So I guess I do have another Too Faced palette. This is the Just Peachy Mattes. I love to pair my Kosas. No, is it Kosas? No, what are you? Kaja. my Kaja trios with this. I think it looks so stunning. This is the palette that got me in love with eyeshadow palette, and I used and abused this for flippin' ever, and it looks like I haven't even touched it. So that's a good sign. My Lorac Pro, every time I use this, I fall in love with the looks that I make, so I'm not ready to get rid of it. Don't make me. Like, it's just, like, it's so sleek and compact and just, like, even compared to the side-by-side, like, that thing is half the thickness. So I really like this. This is the Rock Pro. I think it's the, yeah, it's just the first one. I have the side-by-side nude palette by, I think, Nabla. Yep, Nabla. Here's what this one looks like. I took a vacation with me. The tones weren't what I was expecting them to be, but that's all right. I adjusted accordingly, and I enjoy this palette, and like, I really like it in the collection. It's got this really nice texture to it as I'm getting it all dirty while rubbing my hands all over it, but it's pretty. I have more Juvia's Place palettes that I didn't realize I had. This is the Violets by Juvia's, and here's what this one looks like. I've used this like a few times, and I really enjoyed the shades in here. You get 2 mattes and 4 different shimmers, which I wish there was one more matte. I don't know what it would be, but I wish there was one more matte. Like, you got a deep one, you got a light one, and you got 4 different shimmers. So I enjoyed this. The Nomad by Juvia's. This is probably my favorite Juvia's Place palette. It just screams fall, and now I need to pull this out for fall because it's been a while since I've looked at this. Just this shade here. Like, let's, like, oh, let's get you in the light. Like, it is just the most stunning shade in like these colors. Like, you got like grungy greens, gray greens, deep browns, warm tone, yellow. Like, it's just, I love this palette. I love it. I have the Through My Eyes from ColourPop. Here's what that one looks like. I love it. That's probably why it's still in its packaging. If I don't truly love the color story as is, I take it out, put it in that big Z palette, but I kind of ran out of room. So now I have the Smitten in Switzerland, and I've always wanted to go to Switzerland, but here's what this palette looks like. You've got some, like, one warm shade, this, like, cool brown, this green. Like, I want to use these 3. Oh, I have so many palettes I want to pull into the next rotation of Shop My Stash, but this, and definitely this. So, do they? Okay, so not completely corresponding. Like, I can probably pair these together if I wanted to. So I definitely want to pull these into my next Shop My Stash. So yay, making lots of decisions. This is the Blueberry Muffin palette, and here's what this one looks like. I've used this one once. It's just, haven't been in a blue mood, if that makes sense. So I definitely know I want to use this. I like the formula. These are more like wearable blues, so thinking about, I know I want to use this soon. And last but not least, I have my Tarteist Pro Remix from Tarte. And here's what this one looks like. I use this in comparison with matte palette. Like, if you can see, like, there are dips all over this palette, but I really do enjoy this palette. It smells like chocolate. I really do enjoy this palette. It smells like chocolate. Packaging is like this cool holographic thing. But other than that, that was all of my eyeshadow palettes. I don't really want to do my skincare just yet, and I have a few more videos to post anyway. So if you want to see my skincare video, please leave a comment down below. I'll be more than happy to film it. It's just, I'm not in the mood to film my skincare right now because it's in my actual bedroom. So yes, without further ado, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like how quirky and weird I am, please consider hitting that subscribe bell, the subscribe button, whatever, the thing that has to do with subscribe. I would be most appreciative. And it would mean the world to me, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye!